Our next speaker for the evening is Mr. Varun Rathi, who is responsible for sales, marketing, and operations. He comes from a business family and hence believes that starting a business is his birthright. He graduated from IIT Kharagpur in 2010. After graduation, Varun joined the Tatas, which he thought was too comfortable. He is passionate about technology and loves to use it to make lives easier. He is obsessed with creating awesome user experiences and makes sure nothing is ever compromised on that front. He's proud of his business skills and he is using them with full gusto to make his company the most preferred mode of payment for companies. Mr. Rathi will be speaking on reinventing business payments. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our last speaker of the evening, Mr. Varun Rathi, co-founder and CEO of Happay.
So I'll be sharing an experience of working with tough Indian SMEs, because that's what we have been doing for the past 3 to 4 years, and what are the problems they are facing and how they can be enabled more to go cashless. So reinventing business payments. So all the methods which you see on the screen, or all the talks around fintech in the last 10 to 20 years has been around making B2C payments more flexible, more inclusive. So if you have a card, you can transact. If you don't have a card, you can transact in your smartphone. Even if you don't have a smartphone, thanks to Aadhaar and MasterCard's platform, we will be able to transact using our fingerprints very soon. And these are enabling the same audience which are financially included, and also the innovation has been done for the consumers. The growth has definitely been propelled by these, you can say, platforms, and definitely due to the push of Government of India, the Indian digital transactions have been growing. But what about the businesses? So as we have seen the evolution of the businesses from Mr. Ramakrishna's story here, that in the last 20 to 30 years, the businesses which were started by single person. So initially they used to be a single owner kirana shop, or it may be a shop where the owner will always sit on the counter or the gaddi, what they say, and take care of all the cash transactions which are happening, take care of all the accounts. So technology and you can say finances or a lot of infrastructure was not available to grow the businesses very fast. But thanks to the technology of ERPs or video conferencing or the communication, these businesses have been growing very fast in the last 20 years. So the single shop owner has become now a multi-chain store across India. So, and he has been using all the new technologies which is available to manage the branches. He has hired people, he is tracking them. But what has not changed is the mode of managing payments within the business. So as a growing business, what all are the kind of payments he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis? When a business grows, these are 7 to 8 different types of payments which the CFO or the owner of the company has to go through, which may be your impressed or petty cash payments, your travel and entertainment, you are procuring a lot of things, you are buying online ads, you are giving tax benefits to employees, you are reimbursing them for their sales and marketing expenses, you are making payments to vendors, you are doing salary payments. So these are some 7 to 8 different types of expenses, and these deal with different teams in your business also. And there are multiple modes of making these payments. The cycle of making these payments also varies. In some cases, you have to reimburse. In some cases, you have to give an advance. So how does all this come together for a business owner, and how will he know that how much is he spending? Is it cashless or is it using cash? By the end of the month or by the end of the even second month, is he ever able to know that how much is he spending in different categories of his company, in different teams of his company, and are all these expenses approved? So these are the challenges of a growing business. And what does the business get? What are the tools available to the business to manage all these expenses? We have the same old current account, definitely, and some corporate card solutions available by the bank. Same good old check payments will be available. But compared to the B2C plethora of payments which we saw earlier, what does a business have to manage their complex operational payments? So this posed a strong, you can say, challenge which we also saw coming from the businesses. Now, why is nobody creating solutions for such businesses, and why is everybody focusing on the consumers, definitely the consumer market is quite large. But as these numbers keep on varying, so I saw a different number in your slide definitely, but some articles mention this. So there are definitely millions of businesses. They have a higher spending power. They have a higher ability to impact payments. So for the country to go cashless, to bring them into the mainstream, why can't we just enable these businesses? So that's the hypothesis we created, that a business is a source of making payments. A business makes payments to employees as salary or a reimbursement. They are also making payment to other businesses who are their vendors. So if I'm a business, I am making payment to 100 other vendors who are business in themselves. I am making payments to 100 employees who are going into the market and making payment to other businesses or other individuals for buying services. So if I do this as a business in a form of cash, it will create a bad network effect. But if I am able to convert this transaction in cashless form, this will create an effect which will go like in a you can say viral network. So if I enable all my 100 employees to go cashless, if I pay all the vendors in a cashless form, they will again have a higher probability of using these modes of payment for the further transactions. So we took this as a hypothesis and started understanding that what are the challenges of making a business cashless from within. Taking example of just any sample example business which may have 20 branch offices across India and around 300 plus employees, and the companies paying them, not paying actually, they are disbursing around 75 lakhs to these branch offices for their cash management and to these people on field to manage their day-to-day expenses. So what are the challenges it creates is what you can see on the screen. The internal operational expense for a company is very chaotic. So for an employee to get a cash advance, he may have to go through 7 approvals and go to the HR team, the admin team, and get an approval, and then spend the money using that cash and then file for reimbursement. Or for me to manage my operational expenses, I have to deliver cash to each of my 20 branches, and then they will spend, and I don't know how much they are spending. I don't know, I don't have any control on whether the money is getting leaked, is it getting spent in the first week of the month. I can't even control the budgets there. And by the end of the second or third month, I get to know how much was spent in 2 months ago. So within, these are the current systems. This is quite chaotic for a company. They don't have any real-time visibility. The data is fragmented for a CFO. And there are constant delays, and definitely every company which we work with, they agree that around 5 to 10% is a leakage in the system because they are dealing with cash. So this has created a huge gap for SMEs. And for enterprises, definitely some solutions may be available. For the smaller businesses, so they have some, on one side they have the bank and the cards. On the other side, they have a ERP or a accounting solution. For the transactions to be reported or recorded into the ERPs, it has to go through all these steps. If I am transacting on the behalf of a company on a restaurant, so that transaction needs to be categorized as food, and it needs to go through an approval mechanism in the company that my manager will approve, and then the CFO will approve, and then it goes to an accounting software. So it's not as simple as just giving a current account to the company and say, okay, you manage your expenses. It requires all these policies, verification, settlement in place. So how do we make a business cashless? So the question we asked ourselves also a few years ago. So how do we make a business cashless from within? And on top of that, when we started talking to businesses, these are some of the challenges which were mentioned by the previous speakers, that in terms of SMEs, the adoption will be a challenge because the finance team will be averse to change management. If we create too much of efficiency, that also creates a job security for a lot of people. So they will be averse to adopting new technology. So if we are able to cross these challenges, we will be able to make a business cashless. So that's what we did at Happay. We decided that let's make a business cashless from within. And we created a solution which is a complete end-to-end expense management solution for a company, which caters to their internal operational requirements and integrates deeply with their current system. So if you have a business which is spread across India, which has 100 branches, we will come and understand your complete setup and design the process such that you are able to manage expenses in your company in a cashless manner. You are enabling hundreds of your employees to transact in a cashless manner, and in turn you are getting a real-time visibility of all the expenses. So this is turning a business completely cashless from within. And finally what we do, so after you are spending, we also integrate with your ERP or the whatever accounting software you are using. So there from end to end, there is no data leakage, and you are able to see your data from expense to accounting within a period of 2 to 3 days. So this creates a real-time visibility for the company, and they are able to make more informed decision that, okay, if I'm spending, if I have a branch in say Delhi, and how much is it spending, if I have a monthly plan to grow sales there, I can take a decision in the first week of the month based on the expenses they are doing. Or this can be applied to the digital marketing expenses, that what are the budgets you are trying to apply on different channels. So this, because we are controlling the transactional platform, we are able to give you that data. So this is proving very, you can say, beneficial for the companies. And there has been huge adoption. We have been able to transform a lot of businesses. There is huge adoption, and they are transacting huge volumes through our platform. So through this, what we are able to see is how does this fit into the India fintech stories, because these people, these companies are financially included, but the employees of the company are sometimes not included. So if a company can impact 100 employees and 100 vendors, this is creating a strong network effect from the company. And due to all these payment platforms available, the next you can say set of transactions are taken care of. If a employee is getting payment into his bank account, he has 10 other various modes of payment which I can use in any shop. If I go to a small shop now, I can use a Paytm wallet or any UPI enabled payment. But first of all, I need that money in my bank account or in a digital form with me. Same with a vendor payment. So we have seen this acceptance, contrary to the nature of the solution, it is very sophisticated, but we have seen acceptance from very traditional companies in small towns who are running transport companies with 5 to 10 trucks. They are also using this solution to give each card to their drivers and to make their whole trip cashless. So they are carrying around, earlier they were carrying around 50,000 cash or 1 lakh rupees cash from say Delhi to Mumbai in a trip, and there used to be a huge risk he was carrying of theft or leakage. And for the owner, it was a huge working capital block. So now he's able to give them a card and say, okay, while on the trip, I'll keep loading your card. And there is no chance of leakage or theft on the way. And he's able to save on his working capital. On the other hand, we have the most sophisticated companies who are running 200 people, 300 people sales force on field. They are also able to use the system with all the sophistication, and all the team's expenses are digitalized there. So with this, this was the learning from the SMEs which we had. Thank you. Sure.